When I need motivation, my one solution is my queen, cause she stays strong. Yeah, yeah. She is always in my corner, right there when I wanna. All these other girls are tempting, but I'm empty when you're gone. And they say, do you need me? Do you think I'm
welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are doing a Tarte filled video. Now everything in this video is not completely Tarte Cosmetics, but just about everything is. So there's a couple of things like my contouring pans that I use that are different, the highlighter, the blush, and what else? The setting powder, but everything else is pretty much Tarte Cosmetics, but of course lashes. So in this look, I did use my Tartelette in Bloom palette. The last makeup tutorial that I did using this was a get ready with me, and I had one of my subscribers ask if I could do another tutorial using this palette, and I really wanted to wear this faux fur that my grandma got me for Christmas, so I was like, I'll just do a really smoky, kind of dramatic eyeshadow look. So I decided to use this. I use mainly all of these neutral browns over here, these matte browns over here, and then the shimmery sparkly champagne shade. So everything in this look you can use using this palette. Of course, if you wanted to substitute a few things, like do a wing liner or liner in general, of course you could do that, but I wanted to switch it up to where I had a more dramatic, like heavy lower lash line and leave the upper lash kind of empty, so that way it's kind of switch. You know, I usually will do liner on the top and then leave the bottom open, so I just want to switch it up for you guys a little bit. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really am loving it. I'm like, yes, girl, you are fine. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you all. Leave me more suggestions down below, and I will see you guys soon. Mwah. Bye. Alright you guys, so with any eyeshadow look, you want to start off by priming your lids, and today I'm using a concealer. I'm just using my MAC NC45 Studio Finish Concealer. And next I'm going to go into the Tartelette in Bloom palette. I'm taking Rebel and Leader, and I'm mixing the, oh no. Wait, Yes, I did mix those two shades. I'm like, wait, what? I mixed those two shades on a Sigma E35 blending brush, and I just worked that back and forth in my crease as a transition shade. I'm getting ahead of myself. Calm down, Lonyea. Then I go in with Activist, and I take that on a Sigma E25 blending brush, and I've worked this, mainly focusing this into the socket of my crease, just to start deepening and darkening up that crease. If you want, you can stop here, because after this, it will get a little bit darker, but I just did that. And then I take another clean E25 blending brush and take the shade Smokeshow, I believe, and I pack that into the outer V very lightly, like really far out to the outer V, and then lightly start blending that into the crease as well. I just wanted a little bit of definition, so I added just the tiniest bit of that shade. Then I go in with Elizabeth Mott Smooth Shadow Creamy Eye Pencil in the shade Pearl. This just adds the perfect base. If you want your eyeshadows to pop a little bit more and look a little bit more foiled, you apply a cream base or a cream eyeshadow base first, and then apply the eyeshadow. And for the eyeshadow, I'm taking Funny Girl out of that same Tartelette palette on a Pink Martini short kind of shader eyeshadow brush, and I'm just pulling my eye taut. That way the eyelid is like kind of flush against the eyeball socket, so that way it has a harder surface, so I smooth it back and forth to give and create that foiled texture. After that, I go back in with the E25 with a little bit more of Smokeshow just to blend it, so that way it didn't look too harsh. And for lashes, I'm taking Koko lashes in the style Diva. These are very similar to the Queen Bee lashes. They're just a tiny bit shorter and less kind of wispy, but these are a lot more natural looking as well. So I just pop those on with a Ardell lash tweezer. Then for my skin, I'm priming my skin with my Tarte Cleanslate Poreless primer. I didn't apply a clip of this because I literally was just going, and I was like, oh crap, I didn't show them what I was using. So that is what I'm using to prime my skin. I love it. It fills in my pores really well. And then for foundation, I go in with my Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation, and you guys all know how I feel about it. And I was looking at myself in the viewfinder and on in person, like in the mirror, and on the viewfinder or in this camera, it makes it look a lot more warm than it actually is. It actually fits my skin tone the best. So for concealer, I go in with the Maracuja Creaseless Concealer by Tarte. This is a very oily concealer, like it's very oily, so I just blend that out. I kind of use a little bit too much as well, so I blend it out with a beauty blender because this is the best way to blend this concealer out since it's so thick. And then after that I go back in with my round top kabuki brush that I use to apply foundation, just to kind of blend the edges so that way it doesn't look too harsh. And then I go in with my Sacha Buttercup setting powder, and I felt it was very necessary for me to bake using this concealer, because if I didn't, it still would look really oily and kind of greasy on me. If you like that more oily, dewy type of look, then you can leave the concealer just as is and just set it under your eye, but I don't, so I had to really load on the powder today. So I just brushed it off with a Coastal Scents flat top powder brush. It does leave a really like kind of strong cast, but I go in with the F45 and blend out the rest of the product. Then I go in with my Makeup Geek contouring pans, and this is the shade Deal Breaker. This is the warm, or the deep warm shade, and as I mentioned before, I've been loving the warmer shade better, so I did that. I contoured the perimeter of my face and also went in and snatched the nose. You guys know I love to contour my nose, like, regardless. Then I go in and put on some blush, and I apply my Jordana Redwood blush. This just adds a little bit of color. It just like to add blush. It's not a necessary step if you don't wish to apply blush. And then I go in with my MAC Pro, or my Studio, what is this? My MAC Fix Plus spray to get rid of that kind of powdery look that the setting powder left. Plus, it adds the perfect definition for my highlighter. And for highlighter, I went in with Dripping in Gold by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And by applying that Fix Plus spray first, my skin was a little bit more dewy and wet. So going in with the highlighter made it pop that much more. So moving back up to the eyes, I go in with my Jordana 12 Hour Made to Last eyeliner pencil in Tenacious Brown. Just pop this into the waterline, and then I go back in and I mix, Leader, Smokeshow, and Activist. I mix all three of those browns on that outer edge and just smoke out my lower lash line like to the fullest. So really smoke that out so it's really defined and smoky. And then for lips, I mix two Tarte Lippie paints. The first one is Throwback Thursday, and the second one is Man Bun. First I apply Man Bun to my lips, and then I apply Throwback Thursday around the rest, and then I blend it in with just a Sigma regular like eyeshadow brush, just so that way it blends a lot better, because I tried to do it with my finger and I couldn't really blend it well. But I do go back in and apply Throwback Thursday in the center of my lips just to lighten that area. And after that, that completes my look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's definitely one of my favorite looks. I love you all, and I will see you guys very soon. Mwah. Bye!